Alrighty, everybody. Hope you all have been having a good start to your week. It's your boy Germ, and you are now time and tuned in to get a weekly dose of sports talk with your boy. Yep, it's kinetic acidic time, so go ahead, get comfy, go ahead and get some popcorn, get some snacks, get something, because it's time we're going to talk to you all about sports. Now, to start things off, I just got to let y'all know, I have to remind you, sadly, the NFL season is over. The Super Bowl has been played. The Seattle Seahawks are champions. They had their parade. It was nice. I went to it, although it was way too many fucking people. But it is now time to focus our attention on basketball because we are coming fresh off the All-Star break, and that means that we are getting ready to get high into gear. End of the season is coming. There's only about a month and a half left, and then we're going into the playoffs, and then you're going to see a whole bunch. You're going to see about 8 teams fighting for the Larry O'Brien trophy on both sides, and we're going to figure it out from there. Now, anything to talk about, anything to just start off with going into this season, I did not see the Detroit Pistons being number one in the East, so I want to give them a big-ass shout-out. I've always thought Cade Cunningham would end up being a good player, but he's got them niggas balling. And I know it's a whole team sport. I know he's not the only all-star on their team, but just as somebody who's always been a big fan of point guards and just guards in general, it's nice seeing another guy that I sort of was figuring was going to end up being a baller turn out to be a baller. Now, other than that, when it comes to my Bulls, I've talked about this before. I've said it in some other episodes, but they're trash, and I'm hoping that they just continue to be trash and that they level out. You know, I know we've got the young guy. I don't want to butcher his last name, so I'm not really going to try to say it, but hopefully he's able to develop and we're able to get a good draft pick and somebody to pair him with, because this draft class is apparently going to be really, really fucking good, and the Bulls need some talent. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to waste too much time on them because there's not much to talk about. We traded Kobe White to the Hornets, who, by the way, look like they are hooping, look like they're making some improvements. Probably not going to be a real contender or anything, but, you know, it's good for them, good for LaMelo Ball to really be able to play some meaningful basketball going into late into a season. But, yeah, the Bulls are trash. The Hornets are getting a little better by adding Kobe White and some other guys. But the big story that I have really been following and noticing is just that the fact that the Boston Celtics have not really fallen. They are literally at number 2 in the East. You know, I don't want to say they're number 2 in the East, but they're in that fight for the number 2 seed. I don't think anybody's going to really catch Detroit. But just the way that they've been able to play and be consistent and play competitive without Jason Tatum being there. Shout out to Jaylen Brown. That man has been balling. They have the potential to really make a difference and really do something in the playoffs when the time comes, because if this is what they're doing without him, if they're able to get, because you already know a guy like Jason Tatum coming back, it is gonna be different. It is gonna have a little bit of a different feel on the team just throwing it back, especially if he were to just come back late in the season like that. But if they're able to get anything close to what they are normally getting out of him, like production-wise, they have a real chance to really just make some noise in the playoffs and actually come out of the East. Because, you know, Detroit, they're gonna have the number 1 seed in the East. I don't really doubt that at this point, but I don't really. I still personally, I think that the Knicks, I would love to see them make a run, and I could see them coming out of the East. I could see it being, you know, I can see it being the Cavaliers. I can see it being the Celtics. It can be any one of these teams. I don't see any of these teams even past whoever comes out of the West. I'm just going to say that right now. But I do really think that any of these teams have a chance to make it. So it's going to be a real interesting race coming down, especially once we get in the playoffs, because there's a lot of quality basketball that can be played on that side of the playoffs. But when we are going to speak about the Cavaliers, speaking of them, they added James Harden. Like I said, they got potential. James Harden doesn't have the best playoff record or big game record in general, but you never really know. He's not being asked to be the alpha here. You have Donovan Mitchell for a reason. They're trying to convince him to stay, so I'm intrigued by them. And I know people don't necessarily want to talk too much about LeBron and what he's going to do. There are a lot of people think he's just going to stay in LA. I would not be shocked. Especially, this is a great chance for him to just go now and Go play for Cleveland. Go play some meaningful basketball. You've got a lot of talent there. You can go and end your career in the best way possible, bring another championship to Cleveland. Nobody can take that from him at that point. That'll be one of the best ways for him to go out, storybook ending to his career. Most people don't get that. Like, Kobe, as great as that last game was, that was not the way he would have wanted his last season to go. He would have wanted to play some playoff basketball. So I would love to see LeBron playing some meaningful basketball late in the season if it's going to be his last couple of seasons. But as old as this man is, we really don't know, because he could keep playing for another, like, he can keep playing for another 3 or 4 years. There's no real good reason for him to like limit himself. He could be playing like even when Bryce comes. He doesn't have to be a star. I think he's okay with, like, if he were to have to, you know, be a 6 man or something like that, because despite his age, nigga is still putting up a good, just great stats for a guy his age. Nobody's ever done this. So that will be interesting. Now, when it comes to the Western Conference, when it comes to them, it's, first off, I just want to say this. This is crazy, and it's the reason why I picked this picture as the one I'm using for the backdrop on this episode. The top 5 players in the world are all not from America. And there's a whole take of this sports talk that I did that I deleted, because it literally was me about, for a good 6 or 7 minutes, having an existential crisis about how America is no longer, we can't even produce the best athletes when it comes to our sports, the ones that we invented. Like, listen, the best players in the world are probably never going to come, the best soccer players are never going to come from America. But there was a time when, if you wanted to find the best basketball players in the world, you were going to have to find some motherfucker, because it was usually some young dude that had grown up in America, in the hood or something, just had to really get it out the mud, and he just became the best at his craft. Now, it's not the same. And baseball is the same thing. Like, it's no longer those two sports that are our sports. They're not ours anymore. They have literally gone global, and I'm not hating on it. I'm not trying to be xenophobic or mad about it. It's interesting. Like, y'all, we complain so much about the best jobs and everything being done by foreigners. It's because they are the ones that are putting in the effort and putting in the work to become the best at their craft. And I can't do nothing but respect it. Like, Luka's a dog. SGA, it really is. It's SGA. I mean, he's from North America. The nigga's from Canada. So it's not like he's from fucking Slovenia or Ghana or some other country or East Asia or some shit. He's North American, but still, he is not an American. So this whole sport has really just gone global. You gotta love to see it, unless you are a immigrant hating motherfucker, like a lot of motherfuckers in our country seem to be. But I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna like focus on that. It's real crazy, but it's real nice. And so it's just interesting to see Wemby just come out this whole All-Star break, and just, even when they asked him about, do you see yourself as the face of the league, he's like, sure. He's not backing down. He wants it. He's showing effort in the All-Star game. Really, that was a game where that man was trying to show motherfuckers, like, yo, I'm him. I'm who y'all been waiting on. I'm the new face. LeBron's getting old. He's gonna be gone soon. It's me now. It's my shit. And it's looking like it's his shit. This felt like one of those All-Star games where a young player who was out there was really trying to have his moment, was really trying to make it his own. The only thing I can really think back to is Kobe, when he was really trying to, when he was showing out, and then AI going up against Michael Jordan in the All-Star game, that type of shit. So I'm all for it, man. I'm a big fan of Wemby. I think that he is going to be great. I don't think they are going to win a championship this year, because OKC has not been able to beat, like, Spurs have beaten OKC 4 times. Compared to the start of the year when everybody thought OKC was going to go past the fucking 96 Bulls and the Warriors a couple years ago with their 73 wins. It seemed crazy then, but what was really crazy to me was how my coworker kept telling me they were doing all this while not being fully healthy. Listen, they've missed Jalen Williams a lot. They've missed a couple other guys. Shea has missed some games, but don't let them get healthy in the playoffs. Don't let them all get healthy. Don't let them come back, because it's going to get scary. I really do feel like this is one of those teams that is just destined to win it all. They are destined to just go back to back. The chemistry is undeniable. They haven't really made any big changes to their roster. They were already a young team, so there's no reason to think anything differently other than the OKC Thunder are going to just have a dominant playoff run and they're going to win the championship. Only team I can really see giving them trouble is the Spurs, and I just can't pick the Spurs over them because the Spurs are just too young, in my opinion. I'm a big believer in that you need experience and that youth. It can be a gift, but more oftentimes than not, it's going to end up being a curse. So I just end up thinking, I just have a real strong belief that if they do end up playing each other in a conference finals or anything like that, I'm picking OKC in 6. And anybody else, I'm picking OKC in no more than 5. But that's the only team I'll say that. Now, any real predictions other than that when it comes to the rest of the season? I just got nothing other than OKC is going to win it all. This has been a crazy year. I could see them not necessarily wanting to give SGA another MVP because, you know, it's between him and Jokic, and I could see Jokic just getting another one just because he is playing great, and OKC is just, it feels like, I don't know, it just feels like I would probably, like, it feels like a carbon copy to last year's race, because those are the only two names that I really even seen being relevant again, are Jokic and him. Maybe you could try to, maybe you could try to give it to Cade Cunningham, but I haven't really heard his name or really seen anybody really saying his name too much, so I don't know. I don't know when it comes to a lot of the superlatives and anything like that. I've mainly been going based off just looking at highlights and stuff so far. So, like I said, I'm just as excited as anybody else to really lock in on the NBA. I'm excited to see my Bulls continue to be and hopefully get themselves a good draft pick because they're going to need it. And I do want to touch on this. It's fucking crazy that they are actually thinking about getting rid of the draft for the NBA. I understand that they don't want teams tanking. And this is a team. I'm glad I actually remembered to talk about that. I'm glad that they're trying to do something about it. But the best thing to do is to just stop doing it by lottery and just reward the team that loses the most. Stop giving it this lottery chance and shit like that. I don't know. Because you just gotta, I don't believe that you get rid of the draft because you have to do something that's going to keep unless you want it to just literally be a 10 or 12 team league, you have to do something to allow those smaller market teams to stay competitive. If that means you take away the lottery chance and you just make it to where it's like a real deal, like, hey, this is, you were the worst team in the league, so you're just going to get number one, then I don't see why you, because I've never liked the lottery. I'll just say that. I've never liked the lottery. I've never liked the idea of leaving up the chance that the team that got the 5th worst record was able to somehow just luck their way into getting the number 1 pick. I just hope that they find a way to make it, just keep the parity, man. Keep the fucking parity. Don't do anything stupid that's going to allow all the best teams like the Lakers or just the Lakers to just keep scooping up all the best talent and then just keep everybody else just runners up, and the Celtics, I should say, too, because they do. But the Celtics are just a better run organization. They don't just star hunt as much, I feel like. But I'm getting into a tangent. I'm getting into a rant. Like I said, y'all, I have my eyes betting. It's probably, if I have to make a prediction for who's going to be in the finals, OKC against the Knicks. And OKC is going to sweep them. But yeah, that's everything that I had for y'all when it comes to this week's edition of Sports Talk. The NBA is in full swing, man. This is the time to start paying attention, start watching some more games, start really locking in. I miss the NFL, but it'll be here before I know it. And then you have baseball that's going to be starting up again relatively soon. So, it's a good time. Sports is never gone. We've got hockey going on as well, so this has been the weekly edition of Sports Talk. This has been your boy Germ. I just want to tell y'all to keep being good people. Continue to drink a lot of water. Continue to tell your friends and your family you love them. And just continue to stay being real ones. It's your boy Germ. I'm out.